From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Joe Biden, on his way out of office, said that he will not enforce the ban on TikTok that is set to take effect the day before he leaves office.
What does he care? This is last weekend.
Well, instead, leaving it up to Donald Trump. And then Trump, who once called himself for a ban on the app while he was in office, has since pledged to keep it available in the U.S., though his transition team has not said how they intend to accomplish that. By the way, for Inauguration Day, TikTok's CEO is expected to attend.
Oh, really?
Along with Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, and Jeff Bezos. So they're all going to be seated together. Because Trump signed up for TikTok during this run, and he credits TikTok with helping him win more youth votes. For Inauguration Day, it's apparently going to be the coldest Inauguration Day since 1985.
And there won't be many people there to keep it warm.
Yeah, -6 is the temp with -12 with the wind. I remember, man, I had never been so cold than I was when I was at the Obama inauguration. Oh, it was cold. It was so cold.
The first inauguration?
The second inauguration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The second inauguration was so. It was.
How many hours were you out there for?
Oh my God!
You had to stay outside,
you
right?
had to get there. Like we had to get in place because you have to pass Secret Service security, right? And passing Secret Service security is like way different than passing everything else kind of security.
You can't test those guys.
No, and they and everything was all cordoned off in pens, right? Like with barricades around them, so you couldn't just walk to your spot. You had to do security checks all along the entire way, right? Like every 60, 70 feet, there was another security check that you had to go.
What happens if you have to use the washroom?
Go through. There was no chance that was even remotely happening.
Really?
And then when you get to your spot, you were outside and you're on the sort of big lawn, right? And when the wind blows, it just rips right through there. And we left, I think I left the hotel that morning at, 5:30 a.m. And the inauguration is in, the afternoon. So you're standing outside. There's
but if you
nowhere
have to use the washroom,
go.
If you're
they had
there,
them there, but you got to
okay.
do security.
On the way out and in?
On the way out. And because you got to pass through all these different things, right?
Yeah.
You know, I found out the other day, and this is crazy to me. So when they switch presidents in the U.S., right, the transition team, they always talk about the transition team. So there's a transition team to the political side of things, but then there's also the House because 2 people are moving out of a house and 2 people are moving into a house. And the 2 people who are there, the Bidens, they have their own stuff because when you move into the White House, you get to decorate certain things the way you want. You could bring in all new couches, all new carpets. You can bring in art. You can do all this stuff. So after 4 years or 8 years sometimes, you have a lot of stuff in there, and then the incoming team gets to bring all their stuff in there.
Okay.
You know that the transition team has 5 hours to move out the former president and move in the new president?
So you have 2 crews working at the exact same time?
Yes.
Working to move stuff in and out?
Yep.
Something would end up on the wrong truck.
It's 5 hours.
But does the new president's team have a chance to go in and sort of put sticky notes on stuff they might want to keep?
They don't. You get to keep anything. You have no say in what they.
No,
take.
but if you like a couch,
that's their couch.
But
what happens to these things? Do they go in a warehouse? Do they get sold?
Sometimes.
Storage solution?
Sometimes, yeah.
But it's the president. You shouldn't put a cap on that. What do they think is going to happen?
Yes, that's moving out and in.
Why can't they do moving out on Saturday?
Nope.
Move in on Sunday.
Nope.
Inaugurations on Monday.
Nope, because there is no time for that. There's no time.
But Joe and Jill Biden aren't standing there being guys, be careful with that box.
No, I know.
The delicate china's in there.
So they have to set up rooms, kitchens,
everything in 5 hours.
Yo, that is
presumably
insane.
it's the same dishes. Presumably, it's the same
no,
dishes.
I'm telling you more.
There's no way.
They bring in all. You have the option.
Well, there's the president's seal on the dishes.
Yeah, but you have the option of bringing in all new stuff.
Bro, if I was Biden,
Yeah.
I'd go into that kitchen and smash every single one of them dishes.
Those Mikasa glasses.
I'm out of this bitch.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Fire Aid lineup has been officially announced. So the Fire Aid benefit will take place January 30th, 3 days before the Grammys. So presumably everybody will be in town. It's 2 shows, actually. It's one at the Intuit Dome and then the other one at the Kia Forum that will be happening simultaneously. Lady Gaga, Joni Mitchell, Stevie Nicks, Katy Perry, Sting, Billie Eilish, Phineas, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Earth, Wind and Fire, Gracie Adams, Green Day, Gwen Stefani, Jelly Roll, Lil Baby, Pink, Rod Stewart, Tate McRae is going to be there,
Really?
and then
Wow.
and Dave Matthews and John Mayer are going to be performing together.
Amazing.
They said more artists and special guests will be announced in the coming days. But listen to this: where can you watch this? Because it's going to be a fundraiser telethon as it's happening, right? So
All
if
the
you're
major networks, I
if you're
guess?
curious as to where you could watch this, you can watch this on Apple Music. It'll be streamed Apple TV, Max, KTLA Plus, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime Video, Amazon Music, Amazon, Twitch, Sirius XM, Spotify, SoundCloud, Veeps, YouTube, and just in case you can't get to a television, it will also be available at AMC theaters all over the U.S.
No.
So literally everywhere.
Except for like broadcast television.
Except for broadcast television.
It's just all streaming.
All.
Yo, how they left Tubi out of that? Show some love to Tubi, y'all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dan, this Justin Baldoni lawsuit is crazy.
Crazier now?
Yeah. So he straight up sued Blake Lively, but he didn't just sue Blake Lively. He's suing Blake Lively, her publicist, and Ryan Reynolds. So this is really all about, there's a lot of stuff going on, but the main sort of thing is the hijacking of the movie, right? There's all the defamation stuff, slander stuff, but it's really just about how Blake and Ryan allegedly used their power to stage like some sort of coup, I guess, to gain control over the final version of the film. He also says in the lawsuit that Blake made fun of his nose and said that he should get plastic surgery. He just released pictures of him and his family in the basement of the movie theater in New York City at the premiere night because she told the people who were running the red carpet that she didn't want to run into him. So they banished Justin and his whole family, like in their ball gowns and stuff, to the basement of this movie theater. And like he has all these pictures of them down there that he released. So anyway, so in the suit, Justin claims that he gave Blake the opportunity to rewrite the famed sort of rooftop scene in the movie where their characters meet for the first time. And in the suit, he says that Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift collaborated on her version. And he said that she was talking about how like creatively she's never given these opportunities. And that he says that he was reluctant to allow her to do a rewrite, but he felt the need to give her the chance. And he praised her version, although it was very different from what he wrote for the movie, and told her eventually the scene would most likely end up somewhere between the original and hers. Then he said that she went silent for days. And then Blake finally texted him back to say that the response he gave her, of course, didn't feel great for me or them, meaning Ryan and Taylor. And then that meeting happened where he went to their apartment and Ryan Reynolds was there, and it was very like I'm trying to think of contentious.
Tense?
Yes, tense. And then he mentions in the lawsuit that her mega star best friend walked in. He didn't say her name, but it was confirmed that it was Taylor. So they brought him to the condo, and then Ryan started going at him about this scene, and then Taylor came in and started going at him about that scene. And then so that's when all that happened. And then he said that he understood the subtext, meaning he needed to comply with Blake's direction for the script, quote unquote.
So Taylor was like the enforcer?
So and then after he sort of gave in and said yes, the text messages between him and Blake, she refers to herself as Khaleesi and Ryan and Taylor as her dragons.
Damn.
Wow.
And let's all remember that Khaleesi was like a mad queen who destroyed everything in her path, right?
Apparently, there's like speculation that the reason why she was doing all this is because Justin Baldoni has all the rights to the remainder of the books and the films.
Movie.
But he has, and she wants to create those films on her own without him.
But it's
so
his
this is why
movie.
she tried to do all this, that
It's
she
a
could
coup.
eventually buy the rights.
No,
Yeah.
they staged a coup, right? He found the book, he negotiated the rights. It was his movie, he wrote it, and then she and Ryan came in and were like, "No, it's ours."
Yeah.
And that's what this whole thing is about, right? And then they used the power of Taylor Swift, apparently, to do that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play you this here. Wendy Williams was talking about Diddy in a new interview with the Breakfast Club, because I don't know what happened years ago, but I guess she got fired because of Diddy. Like Diddy did something. I don't know what that story's all about. Shem, do you know? I have no idea.
Diddy's sort of rumored to be behind her demise, career-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Right. Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day. And you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
It's crazy because when all the Diddy stuff was happening was during the time when Wendy Williams was going through her medical stuff.
I think she's still going through it.
She is, absolutely. But when it was publicly known and she was like not doing the show when she was taken away, she was in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
And when the Diddy stuff was happening, people were online were like, yo, if anyone knows anything about Diddy and these parties and the truth, it's Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Like, we need Wendy Williams right now. And then there was all these clips going around of her, like there's a scene from like one of her older talk shows where she said she referenced something about Diddy and those parties and just like things not being right. And like the crowd laughed.
Yeah.
The audience laughed. And she was like, no. Like, I'm serious.
She's also the one that brought that Rihanna quote with Jay-Z to light. Do you remember that? It was Wendy Williams who retold that story, because there's a great old clip of Rihanna talking about what that initial meeting was like with Jay-Z when she went to sign her contract. And they were up in like this building in New York City. And Rihanna says, in her own words, like on a red carpet, thinking it was like a funny story, she said that when it came down to negotiating the deal, that Jay-Z told her, you're either walking out that door with a contract or you're going through that window without one. And that's Rihanna telling that story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn, Jay.
Yeah, but it was that Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams knows the dirt on everybody, man.
She really does. People gotta be
I
scared
feel
of
like
her.
people don't take her that seriously, though,
Well,
which
you
is
can't.
unfortunate.
The problem is you can't now.
Yeah.
Because she's not a reliable witness to anybody right now.
Back in the day, she was.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Home Alone mansion sold for $5.5 million, if anybody's interested in that.
You've seen inside.
It's terrible looking inside.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, it doesn't look. It doesn't look like how it is in the.
Well, no,
they
because
didn't film it there.
Yeah, they didn't do the interiors in that house. Just the exteriors.
Oh, what's the inside look like?
Yeah, it's like it's a faux gray modern. Like
There's
it's
a
not.
basketball court in the basement.
Yeah, it's okay.
kinda cool.
It's okay.
It's a movie
fine.
theater.
Yeah, it's fine. It looks like a McMansion inside. Outside is a really beautiful home, but inside it doesn't.
But they changed all the outside. It doesn't.
Oh,
look
they made it
anything-
very modern on the
Yeah,
inside. I
it's
see.
not- it's not.
okay.
They got rid of
And
that.
they sold it for
driveway.
how much?
5.5. They bought it. The people who bought it in 2012 for like 1 point something.
Oh, wow.
1.5. Yeah.
Yo, get
yeah,
the bag.
yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kansas City over Texas, 23-14. Eagles, 28-22 over the Rams. Buffalo, knocking out the Ravens, 27-25. Washington
pissed.
Commanders, 45-31 over the Lions. The Washington Commanders finished tied for the second worst record in NFL history last season.
And a rookie QB, by the way.
Yeah, they've been the laughingstock for like 20 years, and they pulled off in that game one of the biggest upsets in divisional round history, 45-31. So they're going to take on Philadelphia, which is great. Detroit, by the way, they finished their season 15-2, and they got smoked 45-31.
The worst,
bro. So that's what it is. So it's Chiefs, Bills,
gonna be an exciting
Washington
game.
Eagles.
Chiefs and Bills?
Did you see? Everybody was thinking that Chiefs game, man, was rigged. And when you actually sort of like start going through looking at the evidence and stuff, like it's real bad.
Strong case.
It's strong. The physical evidence is very, very strong. There's every now and then I sometimes feel that like especially when the home crowd and the home commentators start really going in on on stuff, and it's very biased, right? But when you look at a couple of the calls during that Chiefs game, just like there's no denying it. Like there's just no denying it.
Yeah, it's very much like, when like the Michael Jordan Bulls in the 90s were accused of things, or the Patriots with Tom Brady and all the big marquee teams.
Even now in the NBA with the refs like not necessarily calling things that LeBron does.
Yeah. This is bad over the weekend.
Yeah. When's the last time somebody got called for traveling in the NBA?
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, right?
That doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
You can see guys go from one end to the other without dribbling the ball.
It's so crazy to me. They just got rid of a rule.
It doesn't exist.
It's so wild to me that they all just decided one day, all right, no, we're not going to call traveling anymore.
The refs don't even know what the hand motion is for that anymore.
No, right? It used to be this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hand over hand.
Yeah. Traveling. Anyway, that's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know if you saw the Vanity Fair expose they did on Meghan and Harry over the weekend. Oh, it was crazy. So
full of dirt.
Full of dirt.
Hit me.
So they talked to a bunch of employees who had worked with Meghan and Harry, specifically Meghan. One employee describes it as really, really, really awful, very painful because she's constantly playing checkers. I'm not even going to say chess, but she's just very aware of where everybody is on her board. And then she went on to call her a mean girls teenager.
It's chess, not checkers.
One person who worked for Meghan had to take an extended leave of absence and then quit entirely. It claims others left their jobs, took breaks, or underwent, quote, long-term therapy after working with Meghan. When they weren't producing content for Spotify, and Spotify started getting frustrated and throwing any idea out, they brought Prince Harry to the Spotify offices, and Prince Harry asked for a cup of cocoa, and they were like, what about that? What if it's just Harry reviewing hot chocolate with a friend? And and he considered it for a while before. They were that like starved and desperate for content from these people that they paid him this amount of that Harry considered a pitch for him to do hot chocolate reviews.
Yo, Spotify, how much you want? Yo, if you're starving for that kind of content, I can do a podcast for you on candy if you want.
They go on to talk about how Meghan has long wanted to write her own book, her own memoir, and that the concept allegedly was a post-divorce book that they pitched, specifically one that was on a post-Harry divorce. And it was all theoretical, they say, but the article stresses that they were just gauging interest if such a thing ever happened. Why have that conversation?
Yeah, don't put that out there in the universe.
Like, why even? Yeah, exactly. Why put that out? Hey, hypothetically speaking, right? Let me gauge your interest on this idea. Of course they would be interested in the divorce book. You don't even have to pitch that idea.
God.
Right? Anyway, and then they said that they also said that Harry was lonely.
Bro, let me hear the hot chocolate podcast.
I would have loved to hear that. That's probably the most interesting thing they could have done, those two, right? The most interesting thing.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Christopher Walken did you watch Severance, Mocha? You didn't watch Severance. Anybody here watch Severance?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Sam, you watched Severance?
Oh, yeah.
More, you watched Severance?
I don't think I did.
You know, Maria, you didn't watch Severance?
No,
not
with,
at all.
Adam Scott, right?
Yeah. It's a wild show. I still don't understand the show. I'm 1 episode into season 2, and I have no idea what's going on. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Though.
It's very popular.
My parents watched it, and they said they really like it.
Yeah, I don't not like it. I just don't understand it.
I watched it. That's how I felt after episode 2, season 1, episode 2.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand it. But anyway, Christopher Walken is on Severance, and here he is talking about his feelings towards the show.
Chris, after you appeared in the show, did you watch all the episodes?
Not all of them.
No.
I can't. I don't have the equipment.
You don't have the equipment?
What?
Okay.
So They're good enough to send me DVDs.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you not have, with all due to Apple TV, do you have a Apple TV Plus subscription?
I don't have anything.
Right, you don't. Okay, I love you for that.
Wow, he has
Yeah,
no subscription
nothing,
services?
nothing, no,
So they
no.
got to send him a DVD.
Yeah, DVDs. There's a couple people like that too. I think there's a bunch of older actors and stuff like that where there's still DVDs.
Interesting.
Yeah, no subscriptions, no. I mean, and realistically, you're gonna see Christopher Walken sitting there trying to figure out.
I don't know how to push the button.
Maury.
That was
Maury.
the worst
Maury.
Christopher Walken impersonation
Try
I've ever heard.
One
in my
more
entire life.
time.
They sent me a DVD.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Why does he sound like Austin Powers?
Because I don't have the equipment.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you watch Saturday Night Live at all over the weekend? No. Did you see any of Dave Chappelle's monologue? So I guess Chappelle was it was the longest monologue that they've ever done on SNL. I think it was 17 minutes or something crazy like that. Yeah. Was it clip number 2 that I wanted, Maury? Was that the one it was?
I believe so, yes.
On the Diddy, yeah. So this is a bit of a Chappelle's monologue on the Diddy freak off parties. It's Dave Chappelle 2 is what you have over there.
A lot of my friends ask me, they say, Dave, did you know anything about those freak off parties?
Oh, no.
I'd be like, nah, man. I don't know anything about the freak off. And they all look at me like,
suspect.
And they'd be like, well, how all these people you know was at the freak off, but she's the only one that wasn't at the freak off. And I thought about it for a minute. I said, oh my gosh. I'm ugly.
Yes. God, I love Chappelle.
That was a tough way to find that out. Can you imagine if you were me reading the newspaper and found out everyone in Hollywood had an orgy behind your back? None of y'all called me? Well, it really hurts.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The last couple of days, so the Trump inauguration is today, and the last couple of days have literally been the weirdest days leading into an inauguration day. So over the weekend, Trump launched his crypto coin. I don't know if you saw this. He launched one for himself and one for Melania. It's a cryptocurrency token, which just boosted his net worth by a lot before the inauguration. So it's the Trump coin, and the website selling the token says that it is meant, quote, as expressions of support and not an investment opportunity. However, the Trump coin started out selling at $10 each before soaring to as high as $70 on Sunday, giving his coin an $11 billion market value today.
Oh my God.
Okay.
First day in office.
So, and then he danced on stage with the Village People last night. I don't know if you saw that.
Wait, what?
The Village People he did a big speech last night at an arena, and the Village People were there.
So Trump is on stage with the Village People dancing.
They're having it's a love fest. Yes,
Is he smiling and
he's doing his dance behind them, on stage. He didn't leave the stage while they were performing.
Are the Village People
just
fully dressed?
Fully dressed. Full Village People uniform costume. What do you call that?
Yeah, it's like a costume, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
He's just doing a little side dance like this.
Yes. And this is version 1 of the Village People, right? Because there's 2 is what we learned.
This is the OGs.
This is the OGs.
Wow,
Thank you,
they got the
Maury.
OGs together for this.
They did.
That's a big day.
Stupid.
Damn.
And Joe Biden just pardoned a bunch of people. So pardons historically is within the president's power to do so when they're leaving office, right? But they're usually people who are accused of specific crimes and usually people who have already been convicted of those offenses. But Biden and his team got on this train of doing preemptive pardons.
Okay.
Which is pardoning
his son?
He pardoned his son for the actual charges, but then he also said, and I'm also pardoning my son for this period of time of 11 years in case he did anything. Right? In case. Yes.
Bro, that's so wild.
Right? So he just did the same thing with Anthony Fauci and Liz Cheney. So he just pardoned Anthony Fauci, even though nobody is charged with Anthony Fauci with anything.
Like, this
at
is
this
a just
point.
in case you did something?
It's a just in case they come after you. So he says the insurance of these pardons should not be mistaken as an acknowledgement that any individual engaged in wrongdoing, nor should acceptance be misconstrued as an admission of guilt or any other offense. So he's saying, I'm pardoning them for everything, even though they didn't do anything, but in case they did do something, they got the presidential pardon. It's the wildest thing.
How
the
do I
last
get
couple
one
of
of them
days.
things, man?
Well, exactly. I know, right?
Just in case I do
Yes.
something.
I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
TikTok is back up, as we all know.
Hey, welcome back, guys.
Which was a really weird thing because they shut themselves down, like they weren't shut down, and it was never actually going to shut down. What the ban was is that their partners, including Oracle and Apple and Google and everything else, the ban was that they wouldn't be allowed to host or service the apps anymore, right? So it was never like TikTok needed to shut down. It was about their partners who host them, and so you wouldn't be able to update your app eventually.
You just couldn't use it in the States.
You couldn't. No, you wouldn't be. You wouldn't be able to. Like it would fizzle out, and as it is right now, like I don't think they're back up on Apple, so like you can't download TikTok right now, right? Like they still have to get to all of that. But they thank Donald Trump, saying, we thank President Trump for providing the necessary clarity and assurance to our service providers that they will not face penalties providing TikTok. And as a result of President Trump's effort, TikTok is back in the U.S. ! And the billionaire who runs TikTok, by the way, is also going to be at the inauguration today. So just saying they have they got a friendship.
Can we hear Trump talking about this victory over TikTok? The way he says TikTok
I
is
know. I don't want to listen to Trump though.
Yeah, no.
I know.
You had something to say? Somebody?
I will say that in the small amount of time that TikTok was without the U.S., it was very different.
Was it?
It was
In what
very
way?
different. It was just like, I don't know, less funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I saw they also shut CapCut down because I guess
Yeah,
it's the same
because
company
it's the
that
same-
owns
it's the same company.
And then
Yeah.
Instagram was like, yo, guess what? We have a thing that's much like CapCut. It's called Edits.
Yeah, it's not the
I
same.
know.
But yeah, it was definitely different. And the videos were just not the same. So, yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
More artists have been announced for Fire Aid, the big benefit concert happening in 2 locations on January 30th and streamed everywhere on planet Earth. Alanis Morissette was announced. The Black Crowes were announced. Stevie Wonder was announced. No Doubt is reuniting for a second time, I guess.
Oh, amazing.
So Gwen Stefani and No Doubt are also on the bill. So
Amazing. I
yeah,
love
it's
that.
going to be massive.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I guess they're doing test screenings for the new Mission Impossible movie.
Oh,
for
are they?
small select groups of insiders and whatever.
What's it called?
I don't know.
I don't
It's called Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, is what it is.
Because the last one was Dead Reckoning? That's one
Yeah, I
haven't
think
seen
so.
Yet. I want to watch that one.
Yeah. And
Man, maybe I got to watch all those movies in a row.
Christopher,
so good.
Christopher McGuire, who directed it. You know, I tried to watch all those movies in a row.
Yeah.
And the early ones just don't hold up.
Really?
I totally agree with you.
No,
I had
they
never
don't.
seen a Mission Impossible movie, and then I went on a binge over the summertime and watched all of them, and I'm like, the early ones are kind of...
The early ones don't hold
When
up.
did they change?
Well, after I'm
Maybe
trying to
when-
remember when they changed.
Maybe
'cause-
when Tom Cruise started amping up the stunts.
Yeah.
And we started hearing more and more about how Tom
Yeah.
Cruise does his own stunts.
Yeah, because they were never like that, those
No.
movies, right? Like there was like the craziest thing in a Mission Impossible movie, if you remember, the craziest thing in a Mission Impossible movie is when he hung down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? That was
like
that
a
was
game
the
changer.
craziest thing. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What,
No,
wires?
I think I know which movie changed it. When wasn't he like suction cup outside the Burj Khalifa?
No. The thing that changed everything for Mission
Wasn't that
Impossible is when he hung on the side of a plane. That's when everybody was like, excuse me? is when he hung on the side of a plane. So that was the sort of like, I don't know which movie that was, but that because Rox and I watched one of the new Mission Impossibles and she really liked it. Yeah. And I was like, man, we should do that thing. We should go back and watch all of them. And I put the first one on and she was like, bored, done, didn't even finish.
Okay.
Didn't even finish.
It was Rogue Nation, I believe, 2015.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But anyway, the director, Christopher McGuire, was talking to somebody who was at one of these press screenings, and they said that there's an action sequence in the film where the guy told him that he felt like he was suffocating through it the entire sequence and almost had a heart attack.
Really?
Yeah, like that's how intense it is.
I cannot wait for this new movie.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The polar vortex is here, so it's dipping down from Siberia. Harsh, like winter blast all throughout parts of Canada and the U.S.
Cold. This place is way too cold. You need a jacket.
My mom would always say, it's so cold you're going to freeze your bippies off. And, I never once asked what bippies were.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I never once asked her, what's the bippies?
You should ask her today.
Like, is that fingers or is that like other stuff?
Is that like on,
it's
somewhere on your body, obviously.
It has to protrude, otherwise it wouldn't fall off, right?
You think it's below?
No offense, Maury.
Lord have mercy.
So it's a low pressure that normally spins like over the north and south poles, the polar vortex, and then during the winter months when the jet streams start flowing, everything else, the cold weather can like dip down to the other latitudes, parts of Canada, parts of the U.S., everything else, and this time even reaching the deep south in the U.S. At least 19 record cold temperatures are expected to hit the U.S. this week. Today, parts of Quebec feel like minus 37. Yesterday, Winnipeg was dealing with minus 45 with the wind.
This place is way too cold. You need a jacket.
It's just not good, man.
No, it sucks.
Right?
It sucks.
Like there's nothing good about it.
No.
Jesus Christ.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You didn't watch Landman, right?
No.
You did not watch Landman.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton.
No.
Yeah, I'm on this real Taylor Sheridan kick lately. I just finished Lioness. You watch Lioness?
No.
Bro, that show's so watchable.
What show is that
so
now?
good. So it's Zoe Saldana,
Love her.
Nicole Kidman.
Love her.
I don't know who the two young women are. I wish I knew their names. One of them has a real crazy awesome name. I don't remember what that was. And Morgan Freeman's in it. He plays a Secretary of State. And but anyway, they're CIA and they just use awesome guns and they go in and they get guys and they do all this stuff. But the show is so watchable. Like I plowed through. I think yesterday. I think I did 4 episodes. I think I did 4 hours yesterday.
I was just going to ask how long the episodes are.
2 full seasons. 2 full seasons are out right now in completion. But I'm on this real Taylor Sheridan kick lately. Like I'm really loving.
It's got some great shows, man.
Because I fell out of love with Yellowstone.
Yeah,
right. It
same.
just sort of turned and it wasn't.
Did you end up watching like right through to the end?
I did, and I didn't enjoy it. I just wanted it to be over and out of my life.
I think season 4 is when things shifted, right?
Yeah.
Season 4 is when it changed?
Yeah.
That's when we gave up.
Yeah. I would even say earlier than that. I would say season 3 is when I lost interest in it. But I'm really on this. Like what? Because he does Tulsa King, which I haven't seen yet.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy Tulsa King.
Yeah, he does Tulsa King. And I went back and I watched like the first movie that he wrote, which was really great, which is a movie called Hell or High Water with Chris Pine.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Really great movie.
That's a song from Twisters.
Yeah, but it's also a great movie.
He also does Mayor of Kingstown. You know
Mayor of Kingstown. Yes, that's right. With Hugh Dillon.
So much TV.
Bro, I what else? Come on.
So much time.
It's because I don't go to bed at 7.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Right?
I still don't watch that much
I don't go to bed at 7 like you. I can
not
watch television.
7.
What time do you go to bed? 7:15?
7:30.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Black Eyed Peas just up and canceled their Las Vegas residency for like the most cryptic reason ever.
Oh, boom, boom.
So they put out a statement to their fans, to our dearest Peabodys.
That's what the fans are called?
I guess that's what they call their fans.
Didn't know that.
The Peabodys.
Clearly, I'm not a Peabody.
I had no idea either. They say, it is with heavy heart that in light of, quote, current circumstances, our Las Vegas shows will not be moving forward as planned.
Where's the love, guys?
So what are current circumstances?
They're beefing.
Is that like the political landscape? Is
it the fires? Is it the political landscape? Is it ticket sales? Is it the fact that there's still no Fergie? Is it like, what are the current circumstances?
I got a feeling.
What does that mean? Here we go. Yeah.
I got a feeling that ticket sales are low.
Yes, I would tend to agree with you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
With Donald Trump still threatening 25% tariffs on Canada. He says February 1st is when that is probably going to happen. Doug Ford is fighting back, and the only way Doug Ford knows how to, with booze.
And I've sent a direction to the LCBO, if these tariffs come, to clear off every bit of U.S. alcohol off the shelves.
What?
Let's start promoting more Ontario-made wines and the vodkas and spirits. That's what we need to do. We're the largest purchaser of alcohol in the entire world. They will feel the pain. I will make sure I communicate this to our other premiers that they should be following suit.
That is a terrible idea,
No,
Doug.
we have, listen, Ontario wine is mediocre at best.
Okay.
No.
So in Ontario, all the liquor is sold at the LCBO, as we know, right? You have to go to the store. Other provinces don't have that. So as an entity in Ontario, the LCBO, as he said, is a giant liquor buyer, right? Other provinces, very different. But one of the things that could possibly help things is the idea of removing the interprovincial sort of trade walls that are up to help boost the GDP. Because it's very difficult, and I didn't really know this, it's really difficult for, if you own a Canadian company, to ship product across the country, right? There's a ton of regulations, requirements, and rules. So for trucking, for example, in some provinces, they allow double trailers, and others they don't. Some provinces have restrictions on weight, while other provinces don't. So it's just easier if you're on the East Coast to just ship it to the U.S. as opposed to drive it across. Because if you have a company that you ship and you need a double tandem truck and you want to get that to Alberta, you can't. You're not allowed.
Can
right?
we get back to the important thing here?
Yes, we will. So the whole, but again, that is booze as well, right? Like the idea of booze flowing across from province to province and everything else. It's the same thing. There's all these blocks up, right? And so now you won't be able to get something from, like, let's say if there's a BC wine that you really like, you won't be able to get it here. Let's say if there's a Tennessee whiskey that you really like, you won't be able to get that here.
So what about my vodka?
What vodka is it?
Like Belvedere.
No.
You'll get Iceberg vodka from
What about,
Ontario,
like,
which isn't that
Casamigos?
Yeah.
No.
What tequila?
No.
Okay, guys, I think we need to make a
I'm
show
not
trip
even
to the
gonna have good
LCBO.
wine. Like California wines are the best wines.
No. It will all be. It will.
You know what? Like,
there are some good Ontario wines. Shout out to two sisters who love our show.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think we're doing.
There are decent wineries, but there's just certain wines in California that don't hit
Are
the
we
same.
going to do a show trip? We're going to have to load up at the LCBO.
I know.
I'm going to have to get my whiskey, my vodka, my gin, my tequila.
Yes.
My wine.
Yes.
Basically everything.
Yes.
That is a terrible idea, Doug Ford.
Yeah. Well,
who suggested that to you?
well,
They should be fired.
You got to fight back.
Not with that.
How else are you going to fight back?
Don't give them our energy. Don't give them our lumber. Don't give them our oil.
Maple syrup.
not
They
gonna
can't
hurt.
have any maple syrup.
It's not going to hurt.
Don't give them our maple syrup.
It's not going to hurt.
Allow the liquor to flow. That's why it's here. For us to drink and enjoy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play this adorable clip of Danny DeVito. So Danny DeVito doing an interview with AARP. Do you know what AARP is, Mocha?
Yeah, that's the ARP.
No. No. It's the American Association of Retired Peoples.
Oh, you remember,
that.
Raj?
Shut up.
Yo, he's the one that founded it.
Stop it.
Was this clip in the newsletter?
Founded it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm the oldest guy.
Yeah.
I'm the founder
Finally,
of the
you get
AARP.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
The R used to stand for Roz.
It's sweet.
Oh.
Danny DeVito, he's an older guy. He's like 80 years old, and they do a thing with him talking about like his greatest roles and stuff like this. And I don't know, I just thought this was great because he just starts talking about his kids.
In 2 years, my daughters have had a baby each, and since these babies have been born, you got to tamper me down in the joy department. I'm just like, busting. There's that saying, a watch pot never boils. So I apply that to my kids. I'll look at them all the time. because I don't want them to boil. I want them to like take their time and grow. And I tell my kids that too. Don't miss a thing. Don't look away, because when you look back, that kid's gonna be hula hooping. I still do the movie business because I like it. And I'm working on a lot of projects. I'm more game than ever. I think I'm more bold, but no matter what happens in your life, the main thing is that you've got family and friends. That's all we have, basically. Reliable people in our lives who we can talk to, who we can open up to. I'm very fortunate. Blessings showered down on me, and I wish it for everybody. Everything.
There we go. Right?
Aw, that's really nice.
Yeah. Did you ever see him in Matilda?
Matilda. Oh, that was just on the other day.
Was it? I
Yes.
love Matilda.
With,
Matilda's so good.
Miss Honey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on the other day.
Yeah.
What's the old lady's name again?
Miss, not Ballbricker, that was from Porky's. Miss, she puts the kids in the chokey, right?
Crabtree?
What is the
Miss Trunchbull.
Trunchbull? Thank you.
Go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
The President Trump inauguration yesterday had everything.
USA.
3 ex-presidents, a congressman in shorts, a giant, Jeff Bezos' girlfriend's boobs, a row of tech bros who all got caught looking at Jeff Bezos' girlfriend's boobs, Melania in a hat just big enough to prevent her husband from giving her a kiss, a possible Nazi salute or two, a half dozen billionaires, Snoop, and one of Trump's first moves as president was, yes, to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. It had everything.
Yo, he said he was going to do it.
It had everything. Also, tech issues, and I want to highlight 2 responses to tech issues. He's got a. You know how he gave Elon Musk the Department of Government Efficiency? Mm-hmm. Trump's got to start some sort of U.S. Department of AV. Because their AV yesterday was terrible. So Carrie Underwood was there to sing America the Beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. Carrie Underwood on stage, everybody there. And the backing track's not working. And the guy who's walking around with the mic, they keep like trying to fix it.
Yeah.
And there's a clip where Carrie, you can't hear her, but you see her. And she just looks at the guy and goes, "Why don't I just sing?" And then he hands her the mic, and she does this.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
She sounds great. She's prepared.
Thank you.
For purple mountain.
And everybody starts joining her because there's no music.
And that is exactly how you take control of a situation.
Yes.
Good for you, Carrie Underwood.
The guy was like, "Sorry, there's no backing track. We don't know what to do." And she was like, "Why don't I just sing?"
Yeah. Hold my beer.
Right? And she sounded dynamite.
She always
She's
is.
amazing, though.
Yeah. What a moment.
And
good for you, Carrie Underwood.
Then at one of the balls afterwards, Billy Ray Cyrus was set to perform. Billy Ray Cyrus standing on stage, and his guitar wasn't working.
How does your guitar not work?
I don't know.
There's no strings on it?
How do you not have 2 guitars? But
They didn't have a backup?
They didn't have a backup guitar.
Billy Ray, you're a professional, sir.
Thank you. So Billy Ray's sitting there in front of a huge audience, and like tech guys are coming out, fiddling with his like plug, like changing things out, everything else, and they're like
fiddling with his plug in front of everyone.
Yes. And they're like, your guitar doesn't work. So Billy Ray, if Carrie Underwood can rise to the occasion,
yes,
God damn, so can Billy Ray.
He's a pro.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna.
This is okay.
I can't no more. Y'all can put your hands together now, like that. If you encourage them out, keep going.
Oh no.
They told me to kill as much time as possible. So, does anybody know the words to "Achy Breaky Heart" while I'm here? I'll try a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hey, is my guitar still on? I think they cut me off.
Okay.
OMG.
So when Billy Ray hits the stage,
Why does he sound like
right? Billy Ray has to do "Achy Breaky Heart." Okay, so here's Billy Ray. We just saw Carrie Underwood, right? Rise to the occasion, crush it. Billy Ray on stage, no guitar. He's trying a lot to help them, give them time to fix the tech issues. Realizes the tech issues are not going to happen. So he, much like Carrie Underwood, is going to have to do a classic a cappella. So yes, if you were in that crowd, Billy Ray was not leaving that stage without Achy Breaky Heart.
Come on, Billy Ray. I know you can do it, bro.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Come on, like this. Or you can tell your friend just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. Or you can tell my own, go back to the farm. Or you can tell my feet to hit the floor.
Oh, my God.
Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips they won't be reaching out for you no more. One time.
Yeah, one time.
Don't tell my heart,
oh, no.
my achy breaky heart. I just don't think you'd understand.
Bro, this is your legacy right here.
And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, he might blow up and kill a span.
Okay. I have a feeling that along with his guitar not working, there had to have been some sort of vocal track that also failed.
100%.
Well, because he doesn't even sound like he used to. Like, he sounds really, like
he just woke up.
Yeah. Or like he's been screaming.
Yeah. A lot of people were asking why Jeff Bezos' girlfriend just didn't buy a shirt off Amazon.
What about Zuckerberg?
He was into it.
Yo, his eyes was like,
he was into it.
Ping.
He was into it. I know that there's like a lot of sort of like you're just over the top tradition and decorum and everything else, but she literally just wore a bra.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could it was like a bra and a jacket.
She walked into that building, everybody was like,
She even strutted and looked at the camera. Like, she was owning it.
She knew. She
was like, I'm here for it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The NHL suspended Conor McDavid for 3 games for his cross-check to the head.
Did you see that?
I did, of Canucks winger Connor Garland. It's the second career suspension for Connor McDavid. He got that 2-game back in 2019 for an illegal check to the head. Also in the same game, Canucks defenseman Tyler Myers was suspended 3 games for cross-checking another guy in the exact same game. So because of
it
that... It
happened like seconds apart.
I know. Because of that, Connor McDavid will forfeit, because of the 3-game suspension, $195,312.51. Myers, $46,000.
How do they come up with these dollars?
Because it's part of their salary, right? It's basically like what you forfeit the money for the games you're suspended for.
Oh.
Right? So for 3 games, Connor McDavid makes $195,000. For 3 games, bro. Myers makes $46,000.
Yo, they should draft me.
Right? Yeah? What are you going to do? What are you going to do out there? What's your play?
Isn't it obvious?
What? No. Tell me. I'd like to know.
Enforcer?
Enforcer? What will you be enforcing?
No, I'm the team tough guy.
The team. Okay, so you're enforcing the law.
No. I want to be a player on a team.
Yeah. No, I know, but you're out there enforcing the unspoken laws.
Don't mess with the
of
gang.
hockey. Don't touch him.
No.
Right?
Because
then what do you do though? But what do you do? Give me an example of what you do.
Run you into the boards.
Yeah.
Push you on the ground. When you try to get up, smash your face down even harder.
Okay. With what?
With my fists.
With your fists. Okay. And then what do you say? What do you say?
Don't get up.
Don't get up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want more of this?
Yeah.
Pal?
Okay.
Pal?
And then and then what?
Go score a hat trick.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why I'm wondering why then, if it's so easy, have you not done this yet?
Because I like you guys.
Oh, is that why? It's because of us.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. It has nothing to do with hand size.
Yo, what?
Or height. Or speed.
Jesus Christ.
It has nothing to do with hand size, right? Nothing. I just want to clear that up.
Careful, Roz. He's going to throw you against the boards.
I tell you not to get up, pal.
Okay, everyone.
Kick my toe?
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Heavy snow in Florida, covering beaches, blizzard warnings.
Yo, what?
So I don't know if you've seen any of the video, but the snow across Florida, central Louisiana, and Houston, where one of the largest spots that got hit, roads are closed. It's an absolute mess down there. The most snowfall ever recorded in Florida history was 4 inches, which was 1954, and they crushed that yesterday. Multiple inches of snow were expected all throughout Florida yesterday afternoon going into today. Texas and Louisiana saw 7 inches. New Orleans got 5 inches of snow. Like, I don't know if you saw the videos of people on Bourbon Street having a snowball fight. Bro, it's crazy. There's a video that I saw like everywhere yesterday where he's standing in front of the Welcome to Florida sign in snow, like up to his feet.
Take that, suckers.
Right? Yeah.
Can't be making fun of us here in Canada no more.
It is, it's a lot of snow down there. You guys get a lot of
snow up there? You live in igloos?
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
Who's in an igloo now? Florida.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you see this drug bust that the police in Toronto did yesterday?
Bro.
$83 million worth of cocaine. The largest drug bust in the service's history. They say that it all has ties that involve violent Mexican drug cartels. The seizure was announced at a news conference yesterday afternoon where they gave details on Project Castillo.
Oh, yes.
Police say that they seized 1,840 pounds of cocaine. 6 people were arrested in connection with the investigation, which police described as an extensive joint force investigation into drug importation and trafficking. The suspects, police said, include 2 Mexicans and 4 Canadians.
Bro. So my question is...
That's a lot of cocaine. And you know what's crazy about these press conferences, too, is they bring all the coke out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they just
stack, because they got to put on a show.
Yeah.
They want us to know exactly how much cocaine there is.
Yes. That's a lot of cocaine, by the way.
So what happens to the coke now?
Yeah, I know. I think they destroy it.
It'll
be in evidence, I believe, until
like all of it,
until trial and whatever. I know, right? Like
that's kind of tempting.
For who? You? I've never been tempted by a lot of cocaine.
No, not to do it.
To what? Steal it and resell it?
To sell it.
Yeah.
I know like, the whole point of this whole bust was so it doesn't end up on the streets.
Yes.
But like now the street value of coke is going up because all that coke was seized. Like good on the police.
That's
congratulations, right?
Yes.
But what happens to that coke? And can I like
don't they flush it?
You can't flush all the cocaine.
Much cocaine? So like can I watch you guys destroy it?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what happens to it. I think it just sits in evidence for a while, but
all that cocaine.
I imagine they will destroy it afterward. I don't know. What happens.
But how do you destroy cocaine?
I don't know.
Do you burn it? There's no way you burn it.
I don't think you can burn it. I don't know what you do with cocaine. Like, where do you put it?
Bury it?
Bury it? Bro.
Yeah, great idea.
Home Depot would have no shovels for a year if they buried 1,840 pounds of cocaine.
Yeah.
Like all in one spot? No, various spots. No, then it becomes like Easter, right? Right?
Yeah, holes all over the country.
Everywhere.
Easter.
People just going on a cocaine hunt.
Wow.
Right? But anyway, that is $83 million worth of cocaine.
If
but
they need
good
help
for them.
destroying all that evidence, feel free to call me up.
And I have no interest in doing cocaine, but I tell you what, if we got the call to help destroy cocaine, I would like to destroy cocaine. I think it would be fun.
Like in a rage room?
Yeah, no, because then you hit it with a bat, it goes in the air.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't give you a respirator, you're suddenly hooked on cocaine. No, but I don't know how they destroy cocaine. But if they were like, hey, if you want to come and help destroy some cocaine, I might be interested in that.
Yeah,
depending on how they do it.
Same.
I don't know how you do it. Like, how do you destroy a powder? Like, what do you even do?
Liquid?
I guess. But then what happens to the liquid?
No,
it dries and becomes more cocaine.
Yeah. Didn't that turn into crack? Then we got a bigger problem.
Then we got a bigger problem.
And then you boil it, you put it in not speaking here from experience. But.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rachel Sonnet and Bowen Yang are going to do the Academy Award nominations tomorrow morning. But yesterday, the Razzie nominations came out, which is they're always announced the day before the Academy Award nominations for the worst in film of the year. It is a 6-way tie between Borderlands, Joker, Madam Wed, Megalopolis, and Reagan, who have 6 nominations each. Worst Picture, Borderlands, Joker, Madam Wed, Megalopolis, and Reagan. And then you got also...
What's Reagan?
Reagan was the Ronald Reagan movie with Dennis Quaid. Nobody saw it.
I thought it came out years ago.
No. It was a new one. Worst Actor, Jack Black in Dear Santa, Zachary Levi in Harold and the Purple Crayon, Joaquin Phoenix for Joker, Dennis Quaid for Reagan, Jerry Seinfeld for Unfrosted. If Joaquin Phoenix winds up winning, he will be the first person to ever win an Academy Award and a Razzie for playing the same character.
Hey,
Interesting.
congratulations,
right?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Right? He looks like a guy that could destroy cocaine.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. I would trust him with that job.
nights.
Yeah. No. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
No.
Oh, my God. Oh, you mean, sorry.
Yes. I mean, if he was tasked, the Joker, if he was tasked with destroying cocaine, I believe that that he could. And then we get to worst actress, Cate Blanchett in Borderlands, Lady Gaga in Joker, Bryce Dallas Howard in Argyle, Dakota Johnson in Madam Web, and Jennifer Lopez in Atlas. What was Atlas? What was that movie?
That was on Netflix. Wasn't that like a futuristic movie?
What was that movie? How did I know
that was on
about
Netflix,
movie?
man.
I love a J-Lo movie. What's going on with that? Nominating
Futuristic.
J-Lo in
Yeah, you're
That
right.
was the one with
He's like a counterterrorism
Simu Liu.
analyst.
Oh, was that it? Yeah? Where
Yeah.
he's like a half something else?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. It's not for me. And then the worst on-screen combo. These are the best categories. Any 2 obnoxious characters from Borderlands. Any 2 unfunny characters from Unfrosted. The entire cast of Megalopolis. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga for Joker, and Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller for Reagan. Did you see Megalopolis at all? This was
No
what's
interest.
his name's movie, Francis Ford Coppola's movie
No
with
interest.
Adam Driver and everything else in it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And he spent his own money on it, hundreds of millions of dollars
Oh,
on it.
what a fail.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, it's not good. It's really bad. I didn't even know what I was watching. I turned it off. I couldn't finish it. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
Like, but not good. Like, not even good weird. So anyway, so there you have the Razzies Academy Award nominations tomorrow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I don't know how people always find this stuff out. Like, but I guess Justin Bieber unfollowed Hailey Bieber because people check that stuff. Like, are they just going on and just like checking?
Yeah.
Like that's what they do. People do that.
And it just takes one super fan to figure that out before it spreads.
It's crazy.
I did confirm, though.
And then,
So you went and checked?
Yeah, I did.
And then Justin posted, someone on my account and unfollowed my wife. Stuff. He didn't say stuff. Stuff is getting sus out here. So
somebody hacked and only did that.
I guess.
Well, apparently he also unfollowed her dad, too.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
Father-in-law?
But is he back following her now? Yes.
What about the father-in-law?
I don't know.
I don't.
The Baldwins?
I don't know. That's right. He's a Baldwin. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, because it was weird because they're posting pictures or he's posting pictures of her still. So I don't think there's thing going on.
I don't know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha, who is Dave Blunts?
Oh, he's a huge rapper. And when I say huge, I mean this man is large. Not in status in the rap game.
He's a fat guy.
Physically.
Really?
He has a song out that people love called The Cups.
Sipping on promethazine. I'm sipping on promethazine. I can't put down the cup. Can't put down the cup.
He's referred to here as a 600-pound rapper.
Oh yeah,
Is he
he's
that
a
big?
very large man.
600 pounds?
Yeah. You should see him on stage. He moves like a 600-pound guy.
Meaning he doesn't.
No.
He sits mostly.
Yeah.
He sits.
But when he tries to move, it's kind of fun.
Is that the guy? Hold on here. I don't want to disparage him.
He
But
hasn't-
is that the guy that I saw sitting down on a couch on a stage who had oxygen with him while he was
Yes,
performing?
same
That's
guy.
him. Yeah.
Same guy.
Okay.
Dave
So
Blunts.
anyway, his dream for his upcoming tour is to crowd surf.
Oh my God, Dave. No, come on, man.
Yeah, the tour is going to be insane, and I'm gonna crowd surf during this tour.
I don't think you should do that.
They won't.
But the thing is, bro, is you still got to get caught.
I'm going to get caught. They'll catch me.
Bro, you might hurt yourself or, Lord forbid, kill somebody.
I know that they're going to catch me.
You have kids as fans. They're physically not capable of catching.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's going to work, bro.
It's not going to work, sir.
It's not going to work.
No. It is not going to work.
Like, could you
Dave.
guys imagine like all of you being in a crowd and then a 600-pound person just starts
First
floating
of
on
all,
top
I would
of you?
never be in a crowd.
That's why I said, can you imagine?
No.
Imagination.
No.
He can't even imagine being in a crowd, Maria.
He can't even do that. No,
I would feel if I was
if he doesn't want to in real life be in a crowd, even in pretend life, he doesn't want to be in a crowd.
I would if I was at the like general admission tickets at any concert, I would already feel like there's a 600-pound rapper on me. That's how much I don't want to be there.
Okay, for Roz's 51st birthday, we're going to get him tickets into a mosh pit.
No, I did all that. I've been in mosh pits.
I've
done all that.
So what, you just retire after a certain age?
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Mark my words, I'm going to be 50 in a mosh pit.
No, you won't.
You don't
in a
want
mosh pit? Do you know what a mosh pit is?
Yes, I have been in many.
In a mosh pit.
Like, when they're screaming and jumping around. I went to a Travis Scott concert many years ago.
Okay. You're not
Being
doing that.
tossed around like crazy.
You're not doing that at 50. Trust me, you're not
You don't
doing
want
that at
mosh it
50. No, I don't. I'm not throwing elbows and getting hit and falling down. And come on, give me a break.
What about just in the crowd? Like,
no, I don't
hands up
enjoy
in the
that.
air.
In the middle
I
of
don't
a club.
enjoy that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Netflix shares are soaring as they top 300 million paid memberships. The company
Congratulations,
also
Netflix.
shared that, including extra member accounts, their global audience is 700 million viewers.
Congratulations, Netflix.
Coming up on Netflix, they got Stranger Things new season. Wednesday's coming back.
Yes.
They got the new Daniel Craig, Ryan Johnson Knives Out movie. The new Russo Brothers movie starring Millie Bobby Brown. Happy Gilmore 2. Guillermo del Toro's new take on Frankenstein, and with all of that,
plus WWE,
So Netflix prices are increasing across the board. So in Canada, the standard membership with ads was $5.99. It's now going up to $7.99.
Okay, I don't have that.
I didn't even know that was an option.
The standard sort of monthly no ads HD is going from $16.49 a month to $18.99 a month.
Oh, come on!
And then the premium Netflix account.
What's premium again? What
Which
do I get with that?
was?
Do I have that?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal. It's 4K, but I don't even think I have that one. I don't need 4K.
No, I don't have that one.
No, too many Ks. It goes from $20.99 to $23.99 a month. So they say this: as we continue to invest in programming and deliver more value for our customers, we will occasionally ask our members to pay a little more so that we can reinvest to further improve Netflix. So
Kindly
there you go.
ask?
Kindly ask. Yeah.
But can I kindly then decline?
You cannot kindly decline. You can drop down a tier. You can go from
I don't
18,
want to.
Well,
but if you are going to be polite enough to kindly ask me to pay more, then as a customer, I would like to kindly decline your offer and remain paying at the same price that I'm paying right now.
Right. But do you kindly decline to buy gas when they kindly ask you to pay more for gas?
No, but I'm
that's a
learning how to
necessity.
kindly siphon.
Right. Okay. Did you just say that gas was a necessity?
Yeah.
It's not a necessity.
How are you going to get around? In your car. If you have a car, it's a necessity.
Luxury, not a necessity. Luxury.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billy Ray Cyrus responding to his disaster performance at the Liberty Ball at Trump's inauguration.
Disaster?
If you missed it, the sound went out. His guitar wouldn't work. I'm guessing they had backing vocals ready to go, and he just went out there and did this.
You can tell the world you never was my girl. You can burn my clothes up when I'm gone. Come on, like this. or you can tell your friend just what
Sounds just like the record, guys.
Billy Ray says, I wouldn't have missed the honor of playing this event, whether my microphone, guitar, or monitors worked or not. I was there because President Donald J. Trump invited me. I had a ball at the Liberty Ball last night, and I've learned enough all these years. When the producer says you're on, you go out and entertain the folks, even if the equipment goes to hell. I was there for the people, and we had a blast. That's called rock and roll. I mean,
you can tell the world you never was my girl.
I've heard people have a blast
clothes
before.
up when I'm gone.
You heard what?
I've heard people have a blast
Or
before.
you can tell your friend just what a fool I've been.
This hurts.
And laugh and
Doesn't
joke
really sound like a blast.
Man, he sounds so sad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I want to play one more clip of Dammit Maury's interview with Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag because we touched on it, which was when they lost their house and they were doing whatever they could to make money. Spencer Pratt went on and he solicited like a bunch of celebs to start reposting her Heidi Montag's song from like 2010, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people did, and a lot of people were really, really great about it. But I guess Alex Cooper from the Call Her Daddy podcast didn't. And then Spencer was talking to Bethany Frankel on her podcast, talking about how he now has beef with Alex Cooper.
Respectfully, if I keep my platform, I keep being an A-list rich celebrity. She's so F-U-C-K-E-D because I have beef with her now. Like she's gonna be targeted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How big is your hit list?
She's on the top. Everybody else, I mean, everybody I can think of that was on the edge. She's the last. She's like the only one that chose not to. I mean,
But I mean in your life, like not that. How big is your hit list overall?
right now it's only Alex Cooper.
Wow. Wow.
Only Alex Cooper.
And so after that happened, did they make up? Did Alex Cooper agree to
Recent
do anything?
headlines are Alex Cooper Call Her Daddy. Has she responded to you guys?
Well, I guess a week later, she posted a slowed down version on some writing, which is not what I kept asking for. I was like, can you make a video like everybody else was doing? But wish the best for her unwell life.
No, that's not good. Everyone loves Alex Cooper. You don't go after Alex Cooper.
Spencer with the
So
heat.
good.
So spicy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see this goal? So Washington Capitals goalie Logan Thompson got scored on by Corey Perry the other night, and he was blaming a distraction on the ice. A fan threw something on the ice, and he was talking to the ref saying, I was distracted by this thing on the ice, and then I got scored on. They didn't take the goal back, but here it is.
Puts Edmonton right back in the game at 3-2. There's shrapnel on the ice, and the Caps are upset about it.
Something came over the glass, and he says it distracted him right as this shot is taken. And that's what it is. Nachos that came over the glass. Always dangerous when fans are throwing stuff onto the ice, and don't like seeing that.
Yeah, those nachos were already there.
So
Somebody threw a pack of nachos?
A box. Like, when you get the box.
Oh, yeah, with the cheese and everything?
Yeah.
Like, fully open.
Somebody just hurled that over the
Well,
glass.
these are like $15 a box.
Now they're going to start taking away the boxes for the nachos. You can't get caps. Now we're going to have boxes for nachos.
Yeah. So anyway.
And they still didn't take the goal away? Even though they have like enough cameras in there and like replay and they can go and look back at the footage?
It was there already, and they didn't blow it down when it came flying over the glass. And anyway. So yes, there's nachos on the ice.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hoda Kotb, who was the co-host for the Today Show, and then she did the fourth hour with Jenna Bush,
Yes,
right? And everybody loved them. So Hoda left, and now they're saying that Hoda's going to make a ton of money. She was making $7 million to do the Today Show, right? Now she's going to make a ton of money because she can do brand endorsements and everything else. So I'm reading this article, and then I get to the part of where they're looking for her replacement. So her replacement on the main Today Show is already set, but the question was, who is going to replace her with Jenna Bush in that fourth hour?
Okay.
And they brought in a bunch of stars to do guest spots on it. And normally when you bring in big names, they don't do well because they're fumbly, there's no script, they can't improv, they can't do any of this stuff.
Wasn't one of those things where one of them might be a potential as a co-host?
Well, Scarlett Johansson came in and crushed.
Oh,
and
really?
according to people who know what's going on now, is that NBC is apparently willing to do anything they can to hire Scarlett Johansson to host with Jenna Bush for the 4th hour on the Today Show because she killed on it, and they're like they'll give her $5 million to do that hour every day. So it's listen, her husband is
already in the building.
They're already in the building.
Calling Joe's for SNL.
They why not, right?
She's not going to be in any more Avengers movies.
No, like why not just sign a year and do it for a year? Have some fun.
Yeah. He was a
right?
special guest when she was hosting.
Yeah, and like everybody loved it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
loved it, and they were saying that if they give her $5 million, then they'll probably give Jenna Bush $5 million. She makes $4 million right now, apparently. So they probably bump her up. So the two ladies are making the same. But Scarlett Johansson doing like a morning, that's incredible to me.
That's a big win for them.
That is a huge win if that happens.
Good for you, ScarJo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, these celebrity lawsuits are like the dollar figures are crazy. So we know that Justin Baldoni is suing the New York Times for I think $250 million, and he's suing Blake and Ryan Reynolds for $400 million. Chris Brown just launched a $500 million lawsuit
against who?
Against the people behind the documentary Chris Brown: A History of Violence, which aired last fall. So he's named Warner Brothers, Discovery, and the producers of the documentary. He said in legal documents that producers and the companies named in the suit knowingly aired accusations against him that they had no proof were correct. And more than that, they had proof that they were incorrect. He said the docuseries painted him to look like a serial rapist and a sexual abuser, and noted that he's never been convicted for any sex-related crime. Brown said that the woman accusing him in the docuseries, who were made anonymous, had to withdraw her lawsuit she filed against him due to numerous factual inconsistencies. He goes on to say that the producers chose to rehash his past mistakes, which he said he's taken responsibility for, and combine it with the bad information to capitalize on his fame. He says that he can now show damages to his career and finances in the wake of the docuseries airing. So $500 million is what he's seeking. Damn. That's a lot of money, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
White Lotus. You like White Lotus, right? I forgot about this show because it's been like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So I guess White Lotus is dropping on Feb 16th, the season from Thailand, and they've announced that it has already been picked up for a 4th season. So
amazing. I love
another
that show.
2.5 years after that.
Does that mean usually that they're filming it back to back?
No, probably not, because they do different locations, right? Like everything is like in a whole different thing. I think they just greenlit it so they can get it going faster than maybe they would have, because it's been a long time for White Lotus. I mean, it won a ton of awards.
Emmys, right?
Yeah, it won a ton of Emmys. I think it did like the first 2 seasons won 15 Emmys.
Globes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
41 years ago, Mocha. 41 years ago, 1984, on this date is when Hulkamania was officially launched, which was Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden to win his first WWE wrestling title 41 years ago.
The birth of Hulkamania.
Yes. Do you remember watching that?
On YouTube, yes.
Oh, damn it.
Close.
Damn it.
Yep.
All
Documentaries
all those years later?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like recently.
You don't remember when it happened though, 1984? No.
I wasn't there.
No
wasn't
idea.
around, no.
No idea. Okay. Damn it. I was trying. I know. Thank you. I thought I could get.
Honestly, I thought you were going to get him.
I thought I could get just the hype of it all. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all over YouTube.
I know.
You know me. Love YouTube.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
These alien documentaries and everything are getting real crazy, because it used to just be wackos talking about aliens, and they would have home footage and they'd interview some guy who owns a farm and crop circles and all that stuff. There was so much stuff that was just easy to not believe, right?
Yeah.
Now these documentaries are getting really good. Like they're talking to members of Congress and U.S. military and people in the intelligence industry. And so there's a new documentary called Age of Disclosure, and it's premiering at South by Southwest. And here's a little bit of the trailer.
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone. Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real. They're here and they're not human.
For over 16 years, on behalf of the U.S. government, I worked as a senior intelligence official on the unidentified aerial phenomenon topic.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
There's a whole fleet of them. The time has come.
Bro.
Like, we already know. Just show us.
I know, right?
Like, what's the big deal?
I know.
We're not going to be scared.
No.
Like, if they
which is
haven't done-
the scary part, because like every alien movie, every alien landing movie, every alien everything, we've always been terrified, and then the world goes crazy, and the looting and the rioting and everything else. Well, like it's slowly starting to trickle out, and I feel like some kind of way, because the reaction is nothing.
No.
Like
and
nothing.
Honestly, if aliens wanted to do something,
right,
they would have done something by now.
Yes.
Right? Am I not right, guys?
Yes.
But you don't know. Like, what if they're waiting for their right time?
What if they already have?
What do you mean?
What if something has happened and it was
Like,
because
what
of
if
the aliens?
Like if
COVID was because of the aliens.
If Ellen still had a show and they found an alien, like it would just go out and do a dance, right? And we would just be fine with it.
Welcome
Well, they
aliens.
also
It would be
say like those
presenting-
shapeshifters are aliens.
It would be presenting an award, at the Oscars.
It'd be hosting.
Oh yeah, like it would just be like normal, like it would be completely normalized out of the gate.
They'd be bringing you your
So
Uber
you're
Eats.
saying that documentaries like this, Roz, are just fake?
No, God, no. I
they're
think they're
real,
totally real.
but I
My problem is that people aren't freaking out like I thought that people would freak out.
Because I think they won't freak out till they see it in front of them.
I don't even think they will then.
I'm sorry, like if there's like a big message that comes on your TV that says alien attack.
But they won't even do that. Well, an attack is different.
Yeah, and if they
We're not
haven't
talking
attacked
about an attack.
by now, you're not going to attack us.
Please. They probably already have. We didn't even know.
Yeah,
Right?
and
And
guess what?
and maybe they just suck.
We're still here. We're still standing.
But what if they're really scary looking? Like if an alien was really scary looking and stood in front of you, Mocha, you wouldn't do anything.
Listen, I'd defend myself against an alien.
Yeah, right?
No, if
I
it
would
just was
try.
staring at you. No fighting, like you said. No attack.
No, go about your business.
Yeah. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But what about also, we assume that they're these devastating sort of,
What if they're
warmongering
nice?
creatures. No, not even what if they're nice. What if they just suck? Like, what if they don't know how to fight? Like, what if it's just like super easy?
It's not in their nature.
No.
That's why we, collecting all their ships. And,
Yeah.
like they land on Earth and we collecting the bodies.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, what do we do?
What if they just suck?
The military's like, yo, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You mine now.
Yeah, right? Like, it could just be that, too.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we have nothing to be afraid
Like,
of.
anyway, just go. Show us.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.